Hey everyone, welcome to the release of version 2.22. This version is all about something we call Timesheet Templates. Now this is actually the second stage of Timesheet Templates because we rolled out stage 1 quietly a while back as there wasn't much to see. But now you'll finally get to see some of the benefits, and we wanted to let you know what's changed and why. After this, we'll follow up with stage 3, which is where you'll see a huge leap forward in the flexibility of the system. So if you've got something quirky you want to track, you'll be able to do so, but we'll cover that when we get there. For now though, let's discuss the benefits of the Timesheet Templates concept. So what's the point? Well, previously, when you added a new worker, you'd have to tell the system what you wanted to track. For example, how often will they need to submit? Weekly or monthly? Do you want to track their start and end times, just the total hours, or the day rate? And then you could allow things like document uploads, financials, night shifts, holidays, etc., etc. Now, with Timesheet Templates, you set all of this once at a template level, give it a name, and then when someone comes to work for you, you just assign the applicable template depending on the sort of job they'll be doing. So in this video, we're going to cover how to find your newly merged templates, how to rename or edit those templates, how you can see who's assigned to which template and then spot any outliers or errors that you may have not noticed before, how you can change the template that a worker or a group of workers are assigned to. We'll also cover deleting templates, creating new ones, and setting a default template. And then we'll see what adding a new worker looks like and how that's changed. So let's start with finding your newly merged templates. As part of this upgrade, we've merged all of your existing timesheets into the new style of template. And here's where you can find them. When you log in, go to Settings, Timesheets, Timesheet Templates. You'll now see all of your templates listed there. You'll also see them when adding a new worker or checking a worker's detail page. Remember, you can only edit the actual templates themselves from within this settings area. Renaming and editing templates. While we've named the templates something descriptive so that you can quickly see their configuration, you may want something that describes the role of the workers so that it's clearer which template applies to people when you go and add them to the system. So let's give some examples by renaming a few of these templates. We'll start by renaming the template Weekly Daily Rate to Engineer's Timesheet because we know that this timesheet in this configuration relates to that job type. Just click on the name, type the new name, hit Save Template, and then confirm the change. A note at this stage on the general editing of templates. You can change anything within the template at any time. For example, you might want to allow or disallow holiday or financial tracking, but remember that this will apply to every worker who is assigned to that template, and it will apply from that moment going forward. Now we'll carry on with the renaming, and we'll go to the one called Weekly Daily Rate Documents and rename this to IT Timesheets. And again, for Weekly Hourly Rate, we'll rename that to Office Timesheet. And now we come to Weekly Hourly Rate Holidays, which instantly jumps out as odd because our agency in this example doesn't track holidays. So we'll come back to this one. And finally, we'll rename the Weekly Hourly Rate Nights to Nurse Night Shifts Timesheets. And that's it, pretty quick and simple. Seeing who's assigned to which template, then spotting outliers. One of the benefits of Timesheet Templates is that it's really obvious if a person or a group of people have been set up incorrectly, and it's also really easy to fix it. On the right-hand side of each template, you'll see a number. That's how many workers are using it. If you want to see who those workers are, simply click on that number and it will give you a filtered list of the people who are using that template. Moving workers. How you can change the template that a worker or a group of workers are on. Now let's move on to how you move workers to different timesheet templates. We've now got a couple of ways of doing this, either one by one or simply deleting the entire template and moving the workers over to another template in bulk. So for this example, let's look at the template with the holidays that we noticed before. Quickly, we can see that all of these workers should be on the Office timesheet. So let's start by changing the template that an individual worker is assigned to. To do this, simply click on the worker that you want to update, and this will take you to their detail page. edit the Timesheets box, change the template to Office Timesheets, and hit Save. Now, if we go back to the filtered list of workers, you'll see that this person has been removed. So that's fine if we want to move one at a time, but what if we want to move all of them? Well, we may as well delete the timesheet and move them in bulk. To do this, head back to your Timesheet Templates page, select the one that you want to delete, and hit Delete. When you do this, the system will ask you to assign the existing workers to another template. So we'll select the Office timesheet and then confirm the deletion. Now you'll see the Office timesheet template numbers increase and the old template disappears. Now you may be wondering, what happens when you change someone's timesheet? Are they notified? Well, no, they're not. The only thing they may notice is that their timesheet looks a little different the next time they go to submit a new one. Creating new templates. So now we've tidied things up, what happens if we need a new type of template? In this scenario, we have nurse brackets night shift templates, but let's say that we're expanding the medical recruitment side of the business and we're going for consultants who are on day rates. At the top of the templates page, you'll see Create Timesheet Template. Click this, give it a name, and we'll call this one Consultants Day Rate Templates. Set it to weekly submissions and the billing rate to daily. And for this type of worker, we want to allow the consultants to upload an invoice for their self-billing. So we'll switch on the documents feature. Note that if you don't see this, ask a super admin to turn it on at an agency level. Only they can do this as it's a separate chargeable feature. Setting a default template. During the merge, we took your most popular template and set it as the default. If you'd like to change this though, just hover over another template and you'll see a button that says Make Default. Click this and then any new worker you add will have this selected by default. But of course, you can always change this on a worker by worker basis. Adding a new worker. Finally, let's look at how this applies to adding a new worker. This is where the new approach really comes into its own. Let's say you take on a new worker. We'll go to the New Temps page. This may be called something different, by the way, depending on how your agency has set up the terminology. Click on Add Temp, Add Contractor, or whatever they're called for your agency. And you'll see down here, it now says Choose Template. Simply select the template you want if it isn't already the default. And that's it. No need to worry about the setup for that person. It's already worked out for you. A few points to note with this change. Both financials and documents used to be controlled at the agency and worker levels. Now they've been consolidated into the templates to make things more straightforward. So if you want certain groups to have those options, set it once in a template and apply it to everyone who uses it. And that's everything for version 2.22. You've now seen how to find your newly merged templates, rename them, tidy things up by spotting outliers, move workers around, create brand new templates, change the default, and how to select a template when adding new workers. From here on, templates should save you a lot of time, reduce mistakes, and give you a much clearer way of managing different types of workers across your business. Stage 3 is already in the works, and that's where you'll see even more flexibility come into the system. So watch this space. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Or if you need any help, we're always on hand to answer any questions. Until next time, happy recruiting.